All right, I need you to hear me on this one because if no one's ever told you, I'm going to say it right now. What he did to you, getting people to turn on you, making you the villain in your own life, that wasn't just manipulation, it was war. He didn't just hurt you, he tried to erase you. Do you think I'm being dramatic? I'm not. This is how narcissists work. They don't just damage you in private when you feel like they're slipping and when you feel like starting to wake up and pull away. They go for what you think is going to hurt you the most, the people around you. He smears you, he lies, he manipulates, and worst out of all of it, he wins. You know the feeling, like you've already experienced it. When someone you always thought would be in your corner suddenly stops calling, suddenly stops being there for you. When your family members stop not picking sides, but somehow always end up on his. Like when you show up at a gathering and get the side eye like you're the problem in the relationship. It's disorienting, it's confusing, it's humiliating, and it's deeply violating to you. Because this man already made you doubt yourself inside your own home, and now he's making you doubt yourself in front of your own community. It's not coincidence, it's actually calculated. Flying monkeys. Yeah, we've got a name for this. It's when the narcissist starts using other people as pawns to spy on you, to shame you, to guilt you, to condition you, to do his dirty work so he can keep his hands clean and not have to get involved. But don't get it twisted. Not all flying monkeys are evil. Some are just gullible, lazy, emotionally immature, desperate to believe the story that sounds more comfortable. You know what that story is? He's been such a great guy. He's been trying so hard. She's just emotional. They both made mistakes. That's the story that they're going to cling to because it's easier to believe the calm, charming narcissist than the woman who's raw, reactive, and tired of being silenced. But let me tell you something. That version of you that's reactive, that's not broken, that's injured. You've been fighting battles behind closed doors for years, and now you've got people judging the blood on your hands, but they don't even know who's been swinging the sword. You're not crazy in this. He just got there first. He told his version of the story before you even knew there was a story being told. You didn't have a clue he was talking to these people because then you finally spoke up. You sounded too emotional because you were in the moment. You were emotional. You were hurt. You were miserable. You sounded unstable because your entire foundation had been ripped out from underneath you. Let's get this straight. This is what's happening. It's a psychological assault. Dismantling your credibility on purpose because the more people that he gets to see you as unstable, the easier it is to dismiss your truth. That's how narcissists win. The second half of the game, they don't just discard you. He makes sure that everybody does as well. But I'm here to be able to tell you something today. Not everybody's going to buy it forever, even though it feels like it. Not every one of your recruits is going to stay in the dark, going to stay blind. Some are going to come back. Some will apologize. But more importantly, you are going to come back. Not to him, but to yourself. I'm going to talk through this and show you how. Let's get one thing straight inside of this before we keep going. This wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault that people believed him versus you. It wasn't your fault that they didn't ask you about what really happened. And it wasn't your fault that he spun lies so convincing that even you started questioning your own memory. That's what this kind of abuse does. It twists reality until you don't know what is real anymore. And he's counting on that. Because here's the game. He builds the case before you even know you're on trial. He starts connecting evidence, seeding doubts in other people's mind long before things blow up. She's not been herself recently. I'm really worried about her. It's been hard, but I'm doing everything I can. I don't know what's going to work. And to the outside world, it sounds like concern. It'll be masked like compassion, but it's just a setup. He's laying the groundwork so that when you finally say enough, when you cry out in rage or collapse under the pressure, he gets to sit back and be like, see, I told you she was unstable. And it's sinister, but what he's doing isn't just damaging your reputation, it's stealing your right to be believed. He's isolating you in plain sight, and you probably didn't even see it coming because you were too busy trying to survive, trying to hold the relationship maybe together, trying to even fix him or trying to love him through the chaos, trying to make sense of why someone you gave your heart to keeps stabbing it over and over. And now inside of this, you're standing in the ruins of not just a relationship, but friendships. family ties, a community you thought would have your back, maybe a church that you thought would be behind you. That's a whole nother layer of grief to be able to process, and you need to process, you need to grieve it. Yeah, the people who believed him without question, that hurts. The ones who ghosted you after years of being close and connected, that cuts really deep. But you know what's worse inside of all this? Staying in the game. Trying to win back people who are never strong enough to stand by you in the first place. That cave the first time that they heard from the narcissist a different story. Let them go. Let the silence be your answer, because here's the truth you've probably been avoiding for a long period of time. If they could be turned so easily against you, they were never truly for you. That doesn't make you bitter, it makes you clear. You don't need loyalty that folds the minute it gets uncomfortable. You need people who can hold the weight of your truth and still look you in the eyes with love. They exist. You just haven't had space to find them yet. Because narcissistic abuse doesn't trap you in the relationship, it traps you in a narrative. It traps you in a role where you're constantly proving your worth, justifying your reactions, and trying to be believable enough to earn support. You've been in that survival mode for so long, you forgot what it feels like just to be believed. So let's shift that. Let's start with this. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't have to defend your emotions. You don't have to explain why you left or what happened. You don't have to convince people that you were hurt. You were, and you know it. This is a part of radical acceptance, because your pain is real. Whether another person acknowledges it or validates it, that doesn't matter. What matters is you know that it was real. Healing from this space actually looks like a couple different things, because it's not about reclaiming your name with the people that turned on you. It's not about fixing the narrative. It's not about convincing someone of anything that you did or didn't do this. It's about returning back to you. Because here's what I know inside of all this. You don't need 100 people to get it. You need one. You. When you start standing that truth without apology, the game changes. Not for him, but for you. The truth doesn't need permission. It doesn't need acceptance. You don't need to scream it from the rooftops. You don't need to gather evidence or log it or beg for validation. You just need to hold it quietly and firmly without shame. It's one of the hardest things to do, which is why inside of Raw Motivations, we bring everybody into a community. Because we have to get you out of isolation. We have to bring you around people that actually get it, that actually understand, that actually know and feel the same things that you felt and have healed from it. You've been attacked from almost every single angle. When people who once loved you now look at you like you're the problem, like you're the issue, that's not because of you. That's because of him. You were never the problem. You were just the first one to wake up. And that scared the hell out of him. So he did what cowards do. He smeared, he lied, he recruited, he brought people into his militia to keep you, because he knew he needed an army. Like he knew deep down you were strong enough to walk away. He had to bring people to control you. And the moment he felt that shift, he went into panic mode. It's not about love. It's about control. And the truth is, he never wanted a partner. He just wanted a puppet. And that's when you stopped dancing. He set the stage on fire and called you dramatic for leaving. So now you're here, standing in the smoke, surrounded by people who chose comfort over courage, wondering if you'll ever feel safe again and who you can actually trust. You will. You'll be able to feel safe, but not with them. You rebuild from here, with truth, with clarity about who you are, with healthy boundaries, with the people who don't flinch when things get messy. They don't run away to believe another narrative, because real support, it doesn't vanish when the narcissist rewrites the script. It sits down, it listens, and it says, I believe you. So let me be that voice right now for you. I believe you. I believe what happened to you. I believe how it cut deeply. And I believe in your ability to come back from it stronger, clearer, more grounded than ever. And you don't have to do it alone. You've done enough of that already. This has brought you to isolation. You get to do it with support, with community, with tools, with step-by-step, not fake support, not thoughts and prayers from people who still follow his stories. Real support, strategic support, grounded in truth. That's what I'm offering. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start reclaiming your life, here's the next step. Book a free clarity call, rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. It's not just a pitch. It's a conversation. It's a map. It's a plan for you. So you know where you are, where you want to go, and how to move forward. Because otherwise you'll be so disoriented that you won't make a move. The confusion runs super deep. And I know how powerful it is when someone finally hands you a path forward. So let's do that. Let's draw the line. Let's shut the door on the lies. And let's help you move forward one step at a time. Start walking you back out of this mess and back into your own power. You're not crazy. You're not weak. And you're not alone inside of this. You're a survivor of a smear campaign designed to erase you. And now it's time to rebuild you. Not for him, but for you. Take the next step now by going to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. Book your free clarity call and let's talk today. You've been told it's all your fault and that makes you feel crazy. No one understands you and that leaves you in a place of being alone. You've tried to break free multiple times and that leaves you helpless because nothing you've done has actually worked. It hasn't actually got you free or liberated from this toxic relationship. So you feel crazy, alone, and hopeless. Guess what? That's a lie. Because all it is how you've been raised and conditioned inside of this abusive relationship over and over. And as a result, you've sacrificed your growth, you've sacrificed your worth, and you've been trapped inside of a toxic relationship. What if I showed you the path to freedom? A way for you to actually get free mentally and emotionally from the toxicity that's happening right here, right now. You deserve more. You deserve to be able to heal. And I want to help you with that. If I can help you with that, go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. Schedule a call there and let's talk. You left him. You blocked the number. You deleted the photos. You walked away from the chaos. But if you're really honest, he still lives in your head. You still shrink when someone raises their voice. You still second guess every decision. You still hear his words spoken in your own voice now. That's not healing. That's just surviving on autopilot. No one's told you that this part of the whole journey will be the hardest. Not the leaving, but the aftermath is one of the most difficult pieces. Like where you're out of the relationship, but you're still trapped in the middle of all the damage, in the middle of all the confusion. That's why I created the Reclaim workshop. It's a one-day trauma-informed workshop for women who've survived narcissistic abuse, but haven't yet fully felt free. We're going to meet in Orlando, Florida, virtually or in person, in July 12th. And in that room, we'll do what the relationship never allowed you to do. We'll tell the truth. We'll break the cycle. And we'll come back home to you. Click on the link. Don't let the ghost of a man control the woman that you're actually becoming now.